Hello, this is Wmpyr here to talk about improvised weapons a little bit. So, yesterday I was out and about for about 7 hours, and out of those seven, five of those I spent hiking. So, I was out in nature, and when I was doing that, I'm looking around for improvised weapons. I like doing that, and I'll do that in an urban environment, in a everyday environment, but I also like doing it in nature, especially in nature. I really like doing that. And boy, I found so much. I found tons. And I would put it up on my Instagram, but I don't have an Instagram account anymore. It got basically it got deleted. Instagram just they banned me, and I'm pretty sure I know the reason why, and I think it's just some weirdo, complained about me when they were at fault. I really didn't do anything, so it's pretty sad, but you know, I guess that's how the way Instagram operates. So I kind of see it as it's more their loss than mine. So I don't bother with it, but you know, um, on my Twitter account. I posted uh, the improvised weapons that I found along the way, and honestly, I was taking photos as I was hiking, and it was too many. I found way too much that I couldn't keep up. So at some point, I just said, forget about it. Part of me was sad because a lot of the stuff that I did find is trash. It's human made trash that doesn't belong there. So that's really sad. But yeah, there were tons of improvised weapons. Now, that being said, um, Professor Bram Frank, I remember when I was talking to him one time, he said to me, he said, you could be out in the real world, and suddenly you're attacked or you're in a self-defense situation, and they say sticks are everywhere. You're not gonna find a stick at that moment. You're not gonna have one. And he said that. And you know what, I'm not disagreeing with him. I completely agree. At that moment when you get attacked, to suddenly look for an improvised weapon, and boom, to try to find a stick out in the street or out in the wilderness. In the wilderness, obviously you're going to have a much better chance, but is that stick going to be quality? You know, uh, yeah, I agree with him 100% that it's not going to happen. However, if you've been walking around all day like I was, you're going to be able to find some good stuff. And when you do, you hold on to it. And then if you do get attacked, well, you already have something. So in that sense, I believe it will work out for you. But basically, it's kind of like, are you prepared or not? And the preparation in what I'm talking about is as you're walking around, you're going to find stuff. And, so at that point, you're not attacked, right? So you are preparing, essentially. So that's the kind of the way that I see it. So I am not disagreeing with Professor Bram Frank. I am agreeing, but I'm also saying something different, which is, yes, if you look, there's stuff. And I remember this also. This was this was me in nature because I was hiking, but also I remember years ago when I was patrolling my neighborhood in the city, and when I'd go for the night runs. Guess what? I found all kinds of sticks, and actually at the time, I was living in a crummy apartment by myself, so I would bring them back, and I had a pile of all kinds of sticks made of all kinds of different stuff. Some were iron bars, some were, look like steel. Others were PVC pipes. And yeah, one of the PVC pipes I still have to this day. It is solid. It's really thick, and I really liked that thing, but I threw the rest away. And I remember one of the ones was a really, really heavy metal pipe, and it even had like protrusions on it on the end, and that was is basically a war club, and that was devastating. Yeah, so I found stuff like that every time I went running. So it is out there. It is out there. So anyway, yeah, wherever you are, whether you're in your room or you go out in public, or you go in nature, you know, or you're on the streets, I would say develop the habit for looking for improvised weapons. Okay, so anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for viewing and take care, folks.